it is Monday. And for those of you that are new to following the show, Mondays is all about questions. So you've got some questions and I'm here to answer them.
I had to switch up the flow, show you the way that it go. God is good, but his life is hard. But it gets better when you grind small. I'm just really trying to leave a mark. We tired of being who they say we are. That's the baton, we gon' take it far. Always been real, we don't fake it all. Tired of 9 to 5, just make enough to survive.
Do technical sales engineers need to know about ERP and Six Sigma?
If you're selling ERP systems and services, then yes, it would be helpful for you to know about it. I feel like ERP systems and lean manufacturing and Six Sigma is those are just buzzwords. So you don't really need to know about it if you aren't selling it. I don't know what you're selling to know if you need to know that. But quick Google search, you know what lean manufacturing is. It's all about efficiency, throughput, things like that. ERP system, enterprise resource planning. I don't know how much you need to know unless you're selling it. And even if you're still selling it, understand I have this principle that technical sales is 80% about selling, 20% about technical. So even if you are selling it, you don't need to have all the answers to all the questions. You just need to be able to intelligently handle some questions. You should have an engineering team at your company that can handle all of the proper engineering questions. But you want to focus on asking the questions for the problem to provide them with a solution to that problem. Hopefully that answers the question.
Do you see that once commission starts outperforming your base, companies withdraw the base?
That is something scary to get into. I don't think that any company should withdraw the base. I understand commission is the incentive and I'm all for the commission side of it. You have to, if you're in technical sales, you have to work with some sort of commission plan. Otherwise, there's really no incentive besides just keeping your job to keep on moving along. So there's got to be some sort of commission. I feel like at a minimum, you need to at least get 30, 40, 50,000 a year in a base salary. As long as your commission, you can make 50 to 100, 150,000 a year. That's fine. But I would not work for a company unless I know manufacturers reps do this a lot. Manufacturers rep companies will be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you 75,000 a year. And then once you start getting commission, eventually once your commission supersedes the 75,000 a year, then we'll just switch to commission only incentive for that person to build on it. But I think that's a slippery slope. I would not recommend going after a company that removes your base salary once your commission gets up there. Because to me, that's just them not wanting to pay you more money.
What kind of content do you see the most engagement in currently?
It depends. If you're a company still highlighting employees in a creative way on a company page where you're putting faces and names behind the scenes and highlighting cool stuff that you guys do for culture, those posts get a lot of engagement on company pages. But I think overall, video is going to trump everything. Now, if you just look at it and say what gets the most engagement on LinkedIn, videos that are or things that are gonna get the most engagement are typically like those cheesy motivational pieces or something that somebody else created and it was trending on Facebook or trending on Instagram. And then people are just grabbing that and posting it to LinkedIn. I wish that they didn't get much engagement because that person didn't create it. It's not their viewpoint or their thoughts. They're just stealing something that's typically trending and posting it out onto LinkedIn. And then there's people that like that. But I think that video posts are getting the most engagement right now besides company culture, but you have to have a mix and you really got to try it out because the algorithm is always changing. People's behavior is always changing. So videos may work this week, but maybe you see if you do a 5-image carousel post showing something really cool that has a lot of creativity behind why you're posting that. It's not just 5 random pictures. If you see that, those posts start to get more trending. And let's say that for your specific company brand, those get the most engagement, then I would double down on that and do those once or twice a week. But short videos, native content are always going to perform the best right now for LinkedIn, as long as they stay within the platform. If you make a post going to a YouTube video, LinkedIn and all the social platforms want to try and keep the people in the platform. They don't want to send them outside of it. So uploading a native video is going to get more engagement than doing like a YouTube video link post. But until LinkedIn increases their bandwidth to be able to upload longer videos, you're still somewhat limited with file size and things like that on LinkedIn. But right now, videos are still going to be the most engaging thing as long as they're authentic and creative.
What kind of content do you see a potential for in the future that maybe isn't being done right now?
Future content, I would say, is streaming live on LinkedIn. And people may be like, dude, are people already doing that? Yeah, but manufacturing companies, you technical salespeople and manufacturing companies, you're not doing it, right? You're not caught up to it. I think that that could be extremely powerful if you can put behind the scenes together for your potential customers and even people that work at the companies that you're trying to attract. I think that that is extremely powerful, whether it is a weekly show, whether it's just a Q&A session about a product that you have, a service that you have, whether it's troubleshooting something. Like going live on LinkedIn is going to continue to grow. And if you guys can put together something, even if it's super simple, this is something we're doing for our current clients, putting together something super simple, a marketing person, a salesperson that just wants to talk about a topic for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and then field questions. This is what is going to be huge for the manufacturing industry, especially if you can go behind the scenes on the production floor. Now, some of you may be like, no, I can't go behind the scenes because of intellectual property, and I don't want to show, like, I've got non-competes in place. I don't want to show everything that I make. That's understandable. Just shoot in a location where you can see some things going on in the background, but people can't make out exactly what it is that you're trying to protect. But then doing it like live from the shop floor. We're going to go live today at this machining center, and we're going to answer questions about speeds and feeds. We're going to answer questions about how to machine titanium, or we're going to go into a material handling company and answer questions about how to properly dry this plastic live on the floor of one of our customers and set that up as an event. It's like the new webinar, right? Everybody used to do webinars before where they would email it out and like go into this Zoom meeting, enter your password, whatever it is, right? But these days you could just do a LinkedIn Live and then just send it out to everybody that follows you on LinkedIn, invite people through email, say, I'm going live next Thursday at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be live on the shop floor, and create a whole show around it. It's so easy to do. You could do it from your phone, maybe as long as you have an audio input to where you can get some sort of mic on yourself to where you're not using your phone's audio system, but you can do it pretty much from everywhere. It just has to be a third-party system, right? LinkedIn, you can't go live like how it is on Instagram or Facebook. You have to have a third party, so you can most likely log in from your phone. But I think that live for manufacturing companies is going to be huge. It's just going to be super slow to get there. But I would look for that being super popular in the next, I'd say, 2 years before most people say, yes, I need to pay attention to this. Let's try and do it. So with that being said, guys, hope you have a good one, and we will see you on the next one.